Hey, it's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. Ooh, it's a hot one here today. I just want to say F you to Tim Pierce. I just tried to play his solo for Runaway from Bon Jovi. That was not Richie Sambora. That is Tim Pierce. And that outro lick is absolutely killer. It just goes against the way I'm used to playing with all those pull-offs. I'm more of a picker, and it's a great thing to try to work on. I literally learned it and in 5 minutes was trying to play it. And I messed it up, whatever, but he's great. And you can watch, I think Papa Stash has a video where he's teaching it. It's great. So I'm doing a gig this weekend with a couple of guys that I've never played with before, and Runaway was on the list of songs to do, so I had to learn it. And, I haven't really heard it since like high school or anything. In fact, when they mentioned it, I was like, ooh, what about She Don't Know Me? But then I was like, fuck, I don't know either one, really. So I learned it today. It's a fun one to play. I've been really busy. I've been teaching a lot, and it's funny, a friend of mine messaged me the other day telling me about all this gear he's got and he's selling, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. There's only really like one piece of gear I'm going to be picking up, and that's a Marshall DSL 50 JCM 2000 that a guy has that I became friendly with and bought another amp from him, but that'll be in like a week or so. Otherwise, I'm done with collecting gear. I bought the Bogner pedal, which I told you about that. I'm not 100% sure, but I will be playing it this weekend on the gig as well. And we'll see if it takes the Wampler off my board for the rectifier as opposed to my Fender board. What else? So I put grips on one of my Berettas. This is a gun thing, whatever, but I put it on my Beretta, and I had the screw was one of those Allen hex things, and it was stripped. So I had to go to Home Depot today, get something to take the screw out, and it worked perfectly. So if anyone ever has that issue, it's great. It's like called the titanium, whatever. But yeah, and I put rubber grips here for the people that are into it, because there seems to be a lot of people that were into it last time. However, this is my Beretta. There's nothing in it. It's clear. I have the safety on, but nothing in the chamber for you to see. I automatically know that anyway, and then I put the safety on anyways. But yeah, I put these rubber grips on. Can you see them? That's better. I dig them. They're Hogue rubber grips. They kind of look like the original, but they really feel nice. I had these really cool looking ones that I got, but they felt like I was holding like aluminum, and that didn't feel nice to me. This feels nice, so a little bit more, whatever. So I did that this week. I picked up a lot of gigs. I picked up a gig this Saturday, like I said, but then next Saturday I have two gigs. I have a 2 to 6 and then a 7 to 10. So that's going to be a crazy day. And then I teach in the morning that morning, and I think only one student, so that might be a little crazy as well. It's just been getting busy because the summer's coming up and we're booking a lot with the acoustic band. And I really like the acoustic band stuff because, like I said, like I taught like Diamond Girl on my last video, and the thing about Diamond Girl is that it's it's got all those harmonies, and chords have harmonies when you play minor ninths. And in the 70s there was a lot of 11 chords. Everybody loved 11 chords, and I love them. You know who doesn't like them? Jazzers don't like them. They don't like, they think everything needs a sharp 11. They don't like 11s. But in pop music, they love 11 chords. But, whatever. It's hot because I turned off all my fans and it's really warm in here. Because otherwise you'd just be hearing me. It would sound like I'm in the middle of a storm. It was weird. Yesterday I was walking downstairs and my leg cramped up, and now it's starting to feel almost like maybe 90%, but I was able to go to the gym today and do cardio and work out, so that was cool. Not too much else going on. I just have a lot of songs I have to learn between this Saturday's gig and next Saturday's gig, and then that Saturday's a June 2nd. On Friday, June 1st, I'm playing a wedding, and we have a whole bunch of songs to learn for that. So I have 2 rehearsals this Wednesday at night, back to back, so I'll probably do like a 7 or 6 to 9 rehearsal on 6 to 9 Wednesday with my band FM station, and then from 9:30 on with this other band. So it should be interesting to see what the hell I'm doing. But it's just been crazy busy. If you get the chance, Tim Pierce. Again, I just want to bring up Tim Pierce. He used to play with Rick Springfield. He did a lot of great solos with Rick Springfield. He didn't do my favorite solo, which I later found out after I emailed him and told him that I loved that solo, and then I find out it was Dan Huff that played on One Reason. If you get a chance, maybe I'll do a video of that. That'd be a great one to do. One Reason by Rick Springfield with Dan Huff playing. But anyways, that wasn't Tim Pierce. But Tim Pierce played everything from like the Success Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet. Not Working Class Dog. I believe that was Neil Giraldo on from Pat Benatar's band that's on Jesse's Girl. But the album after that, Tim Pierce was on. And he's great. Just a great player. And apparently a great guy from what I see his videos. I've never dealt with him directly when I was at West LA Music. I dealt with this guy George that worked for Rick, and he was a nice kid. But for the most part, I never really dealt with Tim. But from everyone that I talked to, he seems like he's like a great guy and one of my favorite players for the '80s stuff. Just a great player, like I said, and a great guy. You know, I've had a couple of incidents recently where some students of mine have gone out and played, and people come back with comments who don't really play that instrument, but they sure have comments. And I've seen their bands, and their players can't play, and don't even understand music, and it's like are making comments about other musicians, and I just think it's really funny to me how people. It's really in Massachusetts. You don't find it too much elsewhere, where people feel like they have to instill their grand poobah knowledge on you. I call Boston the city of experts because everybody will tell you. I'll show up to a gig, and I'm not the greatest guitar player in the world. I don't claim to be. I don't care. When I was 13, maybe that was my goal, and maybe when I was 14, that goal ended, and I was just trying to be able to play so I could do gigs. But, it's like other people, that's what they feel like. They feel like they're in a contest with people. And for me, music's not a competition. It shouldn't be for you unless you're in a competition. Music's not a competition unless you're on a competition show. But no, seriously, it's like, I'll show up at a gig and they'll be like, oh, look at all those pedals. Oh, you're going to use distortion? Oh, you got a distortion pedal? It's like, buddy, you can't play. I've seen you play, and you can't play. Clean or dirty, it doesn't matter. So stop pretending like a pedal is helping me. My pedals do not help me. They help the audience listen to how the song should sound. I'm there making soundscapes, whether it be I'm trying to sound like Neil Schon or I'm doing soundscapes like Robin Guthrie from Cocteau Twins, and it's ethereal. Whatever it is, I'm out there making sounds. That's my job. If I got to play like The Edge, then I got to have a bunch of delays. Whatever it is, it's not of ease of play. I'm not in a competition to try to make you impressed by me. I don't care if you're impressed. I'm not impressed. I know the amount of work that it takes to play on a level, and I've seen a 13-year-old kid play better than I ever will. You should be the best that you can be and work on that. Now, how good can you be? That's up to you and how much time you put in. I mean, obviously, you're going to have some type of ceiling. Not everybody's going to be Alan Holdsworth. Duh. I mean, that guy's brilliant. There's something going on there. Well, now he's passed away, but when he was alive, there's something going on there. And there's these classical musicians, and I just saw a documentary about these 7 kids in London. And they're all classical musicians, all brothers and sisters, and they're all extremely gifted. And it's like, everybody has like a certain level of where they can be, but you have to put the work in, and it's not a competition. And I really fucking hate when people open their mouth to people and then they don't even know what they're talking about themselves. It's irritating to me beyond belief. You have no idea. So that's basically all I wanted to say because that was bothering me this week. And other than that, I really don't have much else to say. I hope everyone has a great week. Hopefully I'll get another lesson video in this week. It's just, as I have to learn these songs, I sometimes teach them just so, number one, I don't forget. And two, I don't forget. Basically, that's the whole reason I started this was because I was playing in a band and we kept, like, we had 40 songs, then we had 60 songs. I'm like, how the hell am I going to remember every one of these songs and solos? I'll play the solo at the beginning of a video, and a channel is born. That because I always like to run my mouth. Either way, it works. And I got to get the hell out of here. Very good.
And you are a liar.
Be careful, Matthew. You don't know as much as you think you do.
Keep going, baby. It's working. You whisper in their ears, kill. You whisper in mine, be afraid. You talked an entire church full of people into doing absolutely nothing.
I'm no meteorologist, but I'm pretty sure it's raining bitches.
You're right on target. You're right on the money. Everything you said. You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today. You're 150% correct.